It's just gone 12:15, I believe. There's a bit of cloud building up. The sun's still out and about, as you can see. It's sort of nicely sitting on me still and keeping me lovely and warm. Just tiny chill in that wind that's blowing across. It's nice to see the swallows skipping across the lake still. They haven't decided it's time to migrate and head home. There's the odd random shower apparently forecast, so I don't know how that's going to sort of pan out this afternoon. We were quite lucky yesterday, so hopefully I'll be quite lucky again today. Ian's going to pop over sort of, whenever he feels it's right for a spot of lunch, 1-2 o'clockish probably. Yeah, we can. I've got some brie to do on the Weber and some breadsticks. They're very nice. I haven't touched the rods. I've seen no signs of any fish on that hump thing that's over there. Nothing at all today. Weird. I have a habit of doing that. I've noticed them before when I've sat in this room. They'll be on it one day, and whatever's there, they'll just destroy and eat, and then disappear again. Nothing would surprise me if they're there tomorrow when I'm packing up. Be funny, wouldn't it? But no, the rods are. Once the rods may be staying out there for the whole sort of another 24 hours. I don't know yet. I'm sort of really debating about what to do, whether to sort of change things about a little bit. I don't know. I need to have a little look at my box of tricks in my car to see what hook baits and things I've got I could use. I've got sort of variation of colours and things, so don't know. We shall see where we go. I don't know yet. It's got to think. You can't. I don't know. You got to be careful what you change. If you change things too quickly, I don't know. What I do feel is I've got to attract their attention away from the weed. So maybe something colourful might help. What Ian has noticed is he hasn't had any bites on yellow wafflers or pop-ups at all this year. Very strange. It's the sort of the darker colours, and until last week when he had one on a little pink pop-up. But I've been using catalyst natural pop-ups. The odd fish is what I've caught on those realistically. Go away! You've got wasps in here. I'm not far away from a wasp nest. It's that sort of time of year, isn't it? Though autumn, sort of, September, October, when they start getting a little bit pesky, don't they? Their food supply is running low, and they're after ours. But yeah, I've got to put a little bit more thought in what I'm going to do. Have a hunt in my box of tricks that I've got, and maybe just sort of do something just completely different for the last night. Sort of similar in some ways to what I did last trip, which obviously didn't pay off. So you just don't know. You just got to find something that works and pays off, and then and then just sort of see if it works again, and then just sort of latch onto it and carry on, and hopefully start producing some fish. Check my log. Last September I had 18 fish, and last sort of half of October, before the COVID finally got me, I had 12 fish, which is actually more fish than that month and a half I've got all year so far. So it's not been one of my better years, but I have been fishing it slightly differently, trying to sort of focus on swims, I believe, because obviously on the airfield lake I'm targeting a big old carp that's quite sort of seems to be very wary. I'm quite convinced that a few of the other anglers have actually lost it over the years, and so are they. I'm not really sure whether I've lost it. I've had a couple of incidents where something has just sort of picked up my bait and just gone, and it was a case of either stop it before it gets anywhere near an obstruction, or I get a hook pull, and that's what's happened to me. You can never tell on those sort of ones that the line parts on the boulders and things like that. They could be anything really. There's a couple of times I've felt something's big has eluded me, so I just need now this season I'm focusing on swims. I believe I can actually stand a greater chance of getting in than I would do in other swims, which obviously means I have a lesser chance of catching fish, which is obviously clearly what I'm doing by catching less fish. I don't know is how much this weed that's growing in here has actually affected the place. There's sort of extra sudden surge in natural food beyond their sort of bloodworm that they normally munch on, and we can normally sort of wean them off it a little bit. This year they might have something else. I don't know. There's always that ever problem on here. There's not enough people fish it to give us an understanding of whether you're actually fishing in the wrong areas, using the wrong baits. There's nothing sort of to compare yourself, people to compare yourself with that much. So it's another sort of hard thing about the lake. Obviously, everyone loves Meadow Lake, and Meadow Lake has got a monstrous head of 30s in it, and I can see everyone's appeal to that. I sort of look at it that that's where my winter fishing is going to be, and where I want to be for winter. I'm not over the winter months. There's going to be several 40s in there, so that's the time to fish it rather than recently now. I don't think there's any in there at the moment. That's got you've obviously seen the videos and things. That's got a humongous weed. I will not call it a problem because I don't find weed a problem. It might be frustrating at times when it floats around and lands in front of your swim, and but there we go. You've seen that one. Hopefully watch that one. That's a little bit sort of frustrating. But in general, just fishing in weed that stays put and doesn't move, and you understand where the gaps, the channels, and etc. Everything is far better than that. I would just So I've got to push myself and stick with the airfield lake until the end of October. I think I'm going to try and pop over and fish with Rob on the Westow in October this year. Sort of just for one weekend, so it gives me a reasonable few weekends between now and then to get into the groove of thinking about Meadow. I'm sort of I've done. I think I've done my little bit over there. I've been over there, seen the weed, played around. Had a few fish. Come back over here. I think the weed's going to play a interesting part in the winter fishing. The fish seem to be spread literally everywhere, which is brilliant. Realistically, some years they've sort of been completely and utterly held up in sort of the same old areas. Unless you can get in them sort of few swims, you're sort of pretty doomed. There is one particular swim at the moment that everyone seems to want to get into if they could, but they can't. You can't say it's being hogged because, well, the people arrive and no one's in it. So where else would you go? In that swim, or would you leave it for someone else? If I was hauling, exactly where I'd be, just like I was a few years back. In that swampy swim for week after week after week. You've just got to do it. There's out wrong with it, and that's fishing. If you arrive and someone's in there, well, they've beaten you to it, so fair enough. But if you're the first one there and it's empty, you do what you got to do. I ain't gonna knock that one. So the temperature, the pressure's still pretty reasonable. The temperature for night is supposed to be 7 degrees. Don't know what that's going to do to my chances. Well, yeah. Either go one of two ways, can't it? A bag of carp, or have another 3-night blank, which would be now 6 nights consecutive. You know, let's not think ahead. Let's be positive. It's not going to be. We're going to wangle one out. All I need is, well, one take, one fish in the net. Last week I got the take. Unfortunately, it bumped off on the hook, so I suppose it's not, it is a blank, but it's not a complete and utter fail with nothing occurring. Like, the last 2 nights have been on air. It's been deathly silent, realistically. So when Ian will be out, I would be able to sit outside in the sunshine this afternoon, but this wind is not that pleasant, really. So I might have to sort out my bivvy and tidy up my bivvy in a minute and move the chair so he can sit in here. Yeah, not ideal. But hey, perhaps one of them rainstorms isn't far away. Don't know. I'm just looking out the wind. It's not big enough. I think it must be I don't know really, some sort of bird of prey, but I don't think it's the osprey that's been around. I don't think it's big enough for that. I think that's probably headed off south a little bit more now. Gone home, so there we go. Right, I have been, as always, rambling on and waffling for way too long, so I shall bid you farewell. I shall catch up with you later on today. Ian's just on his way now. I can just see his car, so and a fish has just rolled on that gravelly hump that I hadn't seen anything all day, so I do believe it's time for me to bid you farewell and catch up with you this evening. Rightio, boys and girls, off we go. Well, I would say good evening, but it's really good. Good late afternoon to you all. Ian's been around, had a good old chat, had a drink, had some camembert and breadsticks and things, and discussed how the fishing is going. He lost one about 11 o'clock. A bit of a shame. Hook pull, didn't really need that. The shade is, well, I'm here all now in the shade now. I've gone from being really cold this morning to being too hot and having to wind up the front to not back to too cold, but back to cold and looking forward to a sunset over the lake. Had a chat, had a talk about the fishing and how it's going and what to do. So I've now sort of right hand rod has got a 5-ounce lead on it, and I've gone long as far as I like to go long out of here. The left hand rod is still on the baited area despite not producing anything at all, but the amount of bait I put out there, but I put a reasonable amount of bait out there for 3 nights. It would seem silly to sort of move off that area and start all over again and put the bait on another area. That would be just a bit stupid. So yeah, I found a nice smooth spot on the right hand rod. Done that. I'm still sort of not sure on hook baits and things like that and what to do. So what I've done this time is, when I normally fish the middle lake in springtime, and it's really sort of cloudy and murky and coloured up like this. So I sort of thought, well, masala pop-ups work well on there when it's like that. It must be the smell that comes through. I thought, right, let's just give that a go tonight on these rods and just see where we go. What I've tried over the last 2 nights clearly hasn't worked. So I've just got to try something different to try and get them to pick up, give me a bite, cause a reaction, get them to, feed. And, yeah, just gotta try, haven't I, really? Gotta try, gotta hope. That's all you can do. You know, you got to play around with these things and endeavour to get something going. And you know, yeah, yeah, just see where we go. Really, just see where we go. Anyway, I'll be back with you later on, and yeah, fingers crossed. Oh, what a beautiful evening! If you look very carefully, I don't know if you'll see them or not. There's an absolute bucket load of swallows and or martins or something up there. I remember when was only when they arrived one evening in late March, peaceful, quiet evening, and then just suddenly there was a pile of them. And they vanished for a couple of weeks, and I think they just moved on. Yeah, no, there's swallows up there. Not sure if you'll pick them up, but yeah, I reckon they're. Time I get here next week, I don't think they'll be here. In fact, nothing would surprise me if they're not here by tomorrow evening. To be honest with you, not going to hear them. But yeah, what is interesting is it's Friday night. There's a few people about. No one's in that dabble gravel swim. I think everyone else is getting the similar sort of vibe to me, to be perfectly honest with you. It's not fishing too well. I hear a few people chatting away in the breeze because the wind's coming from that direction. Yeah, nothing would surprise me. But yeah, no one's in love with that swim at the moment. And the swallows are going to have disappeared soon. What a view. I do miss this view. I've missed it sort of through the summer. It's one of my favourite swims, I think. It's the view you get and everything. But yeah, autumn is, wow, very close around the corner. You know, I sort of class autumn as September, October, November, but you know, not quite autumn yet until the latter part of this month. So yeah, but I think winter nowadays is a little bit more, you know, January, February, March, because you don't start coming alive until way gone March, does it? Yeah, I can't see where people are. I'm assuming there's a couple of people down the end opposite each other. I have a feeling that's where I might have to venture to next week. Oh yeah, I'll have to see. I'm not sure if you can see, but in that cloud in the sky, you zoom in, you'll see half a moon. Half moon, full moon. No, we won't go down that road. The man over on the island there is spomming. The day angler that's over the other side is grabbing all his kit and heading home. I'm hoping that something rattles off tonight. We won't speak of the consequences tomorrow, but there we go. There's a nice sunset coming. I've wrapped up my bivvy again. I don't like to have the door like that, so it keeps us, I can get out of it quickly. I can see out of it, see my rods from my bed, but you know, run as quick as I can to the rods. So, looking beautiful. I shall try and give you a reasonable update tomorrow. We'll see where we go, really. Yeah, it is. It is lovely out here, isn't it? Really, really is. And I watched a few deer sort of walking around today. Nice, very nice. Got all the stuff ready and all the kit ready. Let's just hope I end up using it tonight. I know. I sort of don't really mind it's a 10-pounder, really. I think I just not quite getting to the point where I need to catch, but it will be good. Just gives you that little bit of, I am doing it right. I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm just sort of, a bit unlucky. I'll just have to see, really. I'm going to work out where I need to stand, really. Sometimes I need to stand on the highest point in the swim to make sure that I stand a fair chance of landing these fish. You can't, unfortunately, if you cast straight out of the swim, towards the swim exactly opposite me, I tend to actually lose them. They go left, find a lot of boulders and soot, and yeah, hook is gone. So I fish a little bit more right and sort of work that over the years as well, realistically. Swans are over there feeding on the weed. It's yeah, it's probably not even 7 o'clock yet. As you can see, it is sort of light is fading. Light is fading. I might dig out me might dig out the old JRC bivvy next week. See if I can squeeze it in the other swim. Might go in the middle swim. Try something slightly different. Have to see realistically. We'll just see. Or we might sort of stick up the end. I'm not actually sure if Ian's down next week, so he'll probably try and get back in where he is. So it'll be quite nice if we're over the same sort of side and area, etc. to fish in. I need to check with him. I'll check with him tomorrow realistically. But it does look nice, doesn't it? The little flowers in front of me are normally purple. I like autumn. The colours I like of autumn. It's very nice and very spectacular. But it does show that winter's coming. Yes, I love winter, but I love proper winters. Frosts, clear blue skies. Warm days if you can get in the sunshine. Cold nights. None of this wet, windy, horrible stuff we've had over the years. Mind you saying that, one of them's, one of those years has produced me a lot of fish. So, no, but I prefer proper winters. I do want to get out pike fishing. I just don't get inspired to pike fish unless unless there's frost on the ground and things like that. But I have to make a bit of effort this year. Really am. Really, really am. January and February. That's what we're going to have to do. Mostly February, to be fair. Right. I'm going to tuck myself in, find a film to watch. Yeah. I'll catch up with you later on. Well, it's morning now. Very misty morning again. Out here, looking lovely. It's going to be a nice sunny day. The crows are on the move already, wherever they're going to feed. This is looking lovely. Lovely sort of purple colour you get in the morning. Up a bit earlier than I was yesterday. Need to be a bit up earlier a little bit today. Time to get packed down, say goodbye to the lake for another week, and move on to wherever we're gonna fish next week, which I have no idea really. There's a couple of little things I'm sort of thinking might help. Don't know, but yeah, it's very much looking like 3 nights camping this week. I have enjoyed it though. Unlike last week, I have enjoyed it. I feel very relaxed, chilled out about the whole thing. Not really in a rush to go. Don't really want to go. Weirdly, could actually do the 4th night. So maybe it's time the power of the good coming over here. But yeah, I do have to go. Things to do, places to be, etc. Like some grumpy donkeys this morning. And we'll see. Yeah, we've got to get this lot down packed and up the car. Was good fun in it, but hey ho. Right, I'm going to have the first brew of the day and then start breaking things down, get it all going. Let's do a quick video before I go. So I shall see you a little bit later. Well, hey ho. That'd be that. Rod's on the ground. Sitting there waiting. Rest of the tackle's there. Yeah. Looking good, really. Looking good. I need to take the photograph of me. With my barrow with all the kit on it. Yeah. Sorry, I don't know what I'm just taking photographs of my barrow and just putting the thingy on the floor, and I need to take a photograph of that. I'm writing a blog about carrying stuff, etc. There we go. Sorry about that one. Quite funny, wasn't it, really? Yeah, the love fluff look beautiful though, doesn't it? Absolutely does. But hey, enough of that. It's time to skedaddle. I said I'll be on between 10 and half past. I've still got to pop over and have a chat with Ian. It's going to be about right, actually. 10 and half past-ish. Just to be about right. Anyway, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment. And yeah, if you're on the bank, I do hope you're doing better than me. Because that's a nice night on here. There's a blank. I don't think I've done nights on here. Ever for a blank. Might have caught some little 6 or 7 pounders in the past, but not this bad. Absolutely not this bad at all. There we go. Don't know what's going on there, but hey ho, that is what it is. I better get on the move, really, aren't I? Right, I'll see you soon. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and please comment as always. Thank you very much. Enjoy.